Hi, this is Mr. Knowles, and this instructional video is about area word problems with mixed numbers. And there's a worksheet that goes with this. So let's get started. Number one, a rectangle is 4 meters long and half meter wide. What is the area? All right, so let's draw a picture of that. So 4 meters long. 1, 2, 3, 4 meters. And a half meter wide. So I'm using graph paper, as you can see, to draw a visual there. So it's 4 meters by half a meter. What's the area? That's the space filled up inside. So you'll see there's 1/2 there. There's another half there. Together that makes one whole. There's a half here. And there's a half here. And together that makes another whole. So we have 2. 1, 2. So the area is 2 meters squared. Little 2 like that. Number 2. A painting in the county fair measures 2 meters by 4 1/4 meters. What is the area of the painting? So it's 2 meters. 2 meters by 4 1/4. I think I'm going to change my setup there for you at home. 2 meters by 4 1/4. 2, 3 1/4 there. 4, and this little piece is 1/4. So if I break this up like this, each whole square is equal to 1 square meter. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I have 1/4 here, and I have 1/4 here. So 2 of those together is a half. So my answer is 8.5 meters squared. Number 3. A teacher measured his classroom door and found that it was 1 1/3 meters wide and 3 meters tall. What's the area of the door? All right, so it's 1 1/3, maybe about right there. 1 1/3 wide, 3 meters tall. Graph paper is really good for this. 3 meters. And then I can visualize the pieces that make up the entire area of the door. So each whole square is 1 square meter. So I have 1, 2, 3, and then I have a third here, a third here, and a third here. So 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. Remember, when you add fractions, the bottom number, the denominator, does not change, and all you do is just add the top number. when the denominator is the same. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. I have 3/3, which is the same as having 1 whole. So altogether, I have 1, 2, 3, and one more from the 3/3 is 4. I have 4 square meters. 4 meters squared. Number 4. The rectangular top of a table is 3 times as long as it is wide. Its width is 1 2/3 meters. Find the area of the tabletop. All right. So I have 1 2/3. It's about that long, I guess. And the length is 3 times that. So 3 times that. Well, 3 times 1 is 3 for that part of it. And then I need 3 times 2/3 to represent that piece, right? Well, if you're not certain how to do 3 times 2/3, that's really just repeated addition. 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3, which is 6/3. If I have 6/3, if I were to draw that, here's a square in thirds. That's 3/3. Here's another square in thirds. That's 6/3. So 6/3, because each of these is a third, is really 2 entire things. So it's equivalent to 2 whole things. So the length is 3 plus 6/3, which is the same as 2. So 3 plus 2 is 5. And then I would just kind of break this up to figure out the area of this thing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3. Now that looks like a lot of work, but if you recall just a little bit ago, down here you just did 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3 is equal to 6/3, which is 2 wholes. So we already have 5, and you could say that 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3, that's equivalent to 2. So right now I have 5 plus 2. Right now I have 7. Now I just have 2/3 and 2/3 to deal with right here. Well, what's that? Well, again, I could show 2/3 like this, and another, I'll have to draw another thing here, 2/3 and 2/3. So that's 2/3, and this is 2/3. Well, I could move one of them here. And I could erase the one I moved and redraw it, and I'm left with 1 1/3. So it's 1 1/3. And I would add that to the 7. So it gives me a grand total. This one's pretty complicated, isn't it? 8 1/3. That's my answer. One more. Nope, maybe two more. Can't remember. A small city park consists of a rectangular lawn that is 30.5 long. I think they forgot the meters part. And 20 meters wide. What is the area of the lawn? So 30. So I'm going to have 30.5 times 20. I'm going to break this up into a couple parts. I'm going to say this is the same as 30 times 20 plus half times 20. Well, 30 times 20 is just, what's 3 times 2? That's 6. And then you have a 0 here and a 0 here. It's 600. You just add them. Plus, what's half of, because it's the same thing, 20. Half of 20, that's 10. So 600 plus 10 is 610. One more. 6. Cale built a backyard pen for his new puppy. The length of the pen is 6 1/4 meters, and the width is 4 meters. 6 1/4. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a quarter by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to build this here. Put in all my lines. And then we have to find the area of this. Oop, I forgot one. Right there. Well, I could count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. You could count them all if you wanted to. Or if you knew something, a little something about what's going on here, you know that this highlighted area right here is really just a multiplication problem. 6 times 4. And what's that? 24. So this big section inside is 24. And then you're left with 4 1/4. Each of these is a fourth. Well, what's 4 1/4? Or what's 4 quarters? Think of money. 4 quarters is $1. 4 1/4 is one whole thing. So all those together is 1. So now you just got to add 24 and 1. That's 25. So your answer is 25 meters squared. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, just ask. Thanks.